Okay, so we are up here in the Acmar area, and very nice gentleman invited us up here to show us some of these mines on his property. So these are some old Acmar mines, and so you can see how much we got to walk through these deep woods just to get to the mines, which would be above the creek. So it's very, very nice of this gentleman to do this with us, because it's a little bit of a hike to get to some of these mines out here. You can see in the deep woods, it's a very hilly terrain. So anyway, we're on our way to see one of the old Acmar mines. So, all right.
I can pick this up with me.
This is Little Black Creek, and right here, this is Acmar. Right up there would be the doctor's office with the chimney, but they actually had a bridge here, pedestrian and vehicle bridge, and it went right across Little Black Creek here, servicing the Acmar Mines. So the commissary is back over here. This would be the doctor's office with the chimney we're coming to see here. So you'll see that in a second. Okay, this is the side of the doctor's office or medical clinic for the Acmar Mines at the Alabama Fuel and Iron Company. So the gentleman owns this property. He's just done an unbelievable job keeping all this cleared down. So when he bought it, the whole place was like a jungle. So 1930 photos, all this is cleared out. There's a pavilion over there, and then there's a low retaining wall here, and then there's actually a bridge right there for vehicle traffic and for pedestrians, because there were more miners' hunts back there. Some of the Acmar mines are further back along Little Black Creek. Central to Georgia rail bed is right over there. got another rail bed that's coming over here, and the commissary, Acmar gas station is back over there. So he's just done an incredible job clearing out all this stuff. It took him a long time, he said. So he's really keeping it looking nice. So, but anyway, a lot of remains of old Alabama Fuel and Iron Company's operations out here in St. Clair County. So. Okay, still on the Acmar property side on this gentleman's property, which is all his property. He's cleared out all of this right here. Just think, you know, back 90 years ago, all this was clear. He thinks that this foundation, the remains, could have been their little jail for the Acmar community, an actual jail. So, but incredible stack rock foundation. And so coming on up, that's the little Acmar gas station. That's the commissary. And this is rail bridge right here. Yeah, this is central of Georgia. This is a little bridge right here, rail bridge, that went over Little Black Creek right here. And you see the steel I-beams are still there, and he built this little wooden bridge, rebuilt the bridge. So made to last. So but anyway, beautiful place. And right over there is remains of the doctor's office. Those steps going up, chimney remains. So once again, this is all private property, and we were invited to come out here. No trespassing. And this coming up right here is a very historic site. This is the site of the Acmar gas station, and it was built out of coal. The outside of it was stacked with coal from the Acton mines, which are down south of the Cahaba River and present-day Riverchase, which Alabama Fuel and Iron Company operated. So this is the actual gas station on his property, and of course that's the commissary right there. So really historic. He has it pretty well preserved. So you see that's a Little Black Creek down there. You got a huge rock outcrop. So somewhere down along here, central of Georgia, had another spur rail line. They had two of them that came through here. One branched off to carry rail cars to the commissary. This is the back side of it right here, and very historic. Okay, you've got a little Black Creek right here, and need to do some more research, but I think the Central of Georgia had another rail line over here, but just not sure. But they, where the gentleman has some of his trailers, that is a Central of Georgia rail bed. They came in behind the commissary here, so they quit mining here. The Acmar-Alabama, they shut down Alabama Fuel and Iron Company with a downturn in coal in '57, and also, well, I think it was before '57, 1950s, and also all the miners had voted to go union, and so the Acmar-Alabama were fiercely anti-union, and so they just decided to shut everything down. But the commissary remains, and this gentleman, this is all his property, and he has just done he said when he got here, he said it was just completely overgrown. So it's he's really done a labor of love in keeping this property really fixed up nice. And so this is the Acmar commissary. All the miners and their families shopped here. So this was a real social gathering place for the mining families of Acmar. Okay, this side, you can see it's some of the original timber work right there. He's put up some new ceiling fans and stuff, and these are the original bars that were over the commissary, original doors. When these commissaries were in operation, one of the things it was pretty amazing, just in every county, coal mining companies that had commissaries, they had big problems with people breaking into the commissaries and stealing stuff. So, and so that's the reason why they've got bars even this high up. That's like 20 feet. So, anyway, all right. Okay, this right here was the safety bulletin board for the Acmar Mines, and so it's kind of faded. But the gentleman told us a list of names on here is which miners or family members were serving in World War II. So they had a list of their names up here. Other than that, before they did this for the World War II, they would have safety bulletins up here and recognition of miners. Do have a couple of pictures of this from the 30s, but anyway, the sun's kind of out, but it says list of employees in the armed services fighting for freedom. Kind of hard to read that, what it says, but white light, red light for safety right here. White light means safety, red light means, not sure, hazard or something. But you can see where it says mine number 5, Acmar mine number 5, Acmar mine number 6, Acmar mine number 7, and I'm not sure outside something, but these are a list of the miners that were actually overseas serving in World War II. So, right there. And the gentleman has found lots of these on the property. These are the actual miners' tags right there. This is what they would hand to the foreman before they went into the mine. And the tag number identified who they were. That's how they got paid. So, and that's another one, 363 right there. So, it's just a remarkable piece of history right here. There's only another one of these that we've ever seen. It's intact, and that's at the Woodward Pine Mine. And that's on private property too, but anyway, really historic. Okay, the first gold mine we went to see was Acmar number 1. And a gentleman was leading us to see Acmar number 3 mine. These were opened in the early 1900s. And in 1922, there was a pretty terrific mine explosion in Acmar number 3. So I think these mines played out before 1930. And some of the spur lines were taken up. But this right here on the other side of the bank is a Central of Georgia rail bed that would head straight to the commissary. So the Acmar number 3 is back in this jungle. So he's taking us to it. Like I said, it was a very nice offer for him to invite us out here. So, like I said, once again, this is all private property. So need to have permission to come out here. So, all right, and we'll see what should be coming up to the mine here pretty shortly. Okay, we're making our way on up this wash here, this creek, going to Acmar number 3. So, I mean, this is basically about as overgrown as it gets here. Hey, buddy.
Ralph, come on. Ralph, come on. Come here, Ralph. You pain in the ass.
And this is a little tributary creek going down to Little Black Creek. And this was a concrete lined sluice, a water tunnel if you want to say, to direct the water coming down this runoff. And right here is Acmar number 3. We have no idea how all this worked, but that is the mine right there. So, video while jumping. And so anyway, we were brought up here by a gentleman who said this is his property. So he was gracious enough to let us come up here and explore around, guide us to it. And it's completely flooded. And when it really rains, the water just comes flowing out of this thing and down into the creek. But let's see here. It's not like you can't see anything in there, but it's just a concrete lined right there. And it's completely full of water, you can see. And it goes down a good ways. So anyway, early 1900s, in 1922, they had a massive underground mine explosion in Acmar number 3. Had quite a few miners perish. But anyway, this mine was in service, I think, ceased operations no later than 1930. But anyway, very neat to be shown this by this gentleman. So anyway, and we will go ahead and this is completely, it's a jungle back in here, you can see. And one time over 100 years ago, this was completely open. anyway, this is the first time for either of us to come down here, Josh and I, to come down here and check this out. I mean, it was just a really nice thing to do for the gentleman, to the property owner, to take us down here and show us these mines. But just need to examine some more of the mine maps, overlays, and get a better picture. And really be better to come back here in the wintertime. The summertime, you got the sun, shadows, you got overgrowth. In the wintertime, you'll have the sun, but you won't have all of this foliage, and you can see further. So anyway, but hey, this was an excellent trip to come out here and be invited to come out here and see all this. Really wonderful. So, all right, we'll sign off on this one up here in Acmar.